Hello people teacher. Today we are going to discuss a lesson plan on divisibility of numbers. So you have to first write date, class, subject, topic, duration and period. After that you have to write general objectives. Let's see what are the general objectives. First, to develop interest in pupils for math subjects. Second, to make people aware of mathematical facts for use in daily life. Third, to develop analytical attitude in people. Fourth, to develop logical reasoning and analytical thinking in students. Fifth, to prepare children for elementary as well as for higher education. After that, you have to write specific objectives. What are the specific objectives? Let's see. First level is knowledge level. What is its objective? First, students will be able to have general knowledge about division. Second, student will learn divisibility of numbers. Second, understanding level. Student will be able to understand about divisibility of numbers. Students will be able to understand importance of divisibility of numbers. And the third level is application level. Students will be able to apply knowledge about numbers. Students will be able to apply this knowledge while studying divisibility. And the fourth level is analysis level. What this says, students will be able to analyze the importance of divisibility. Student will analyze the use of divisibility. Fifth level is synthesis level. Student will be able to synthesize basic concept about division. Student will be able to classify different types of divisibility. And sixth level is evaluation level. Student will be able to evaluate about divisibility, and student will be able to evaluate the role of divisibility. So let's see what are the materials required for making the lesson plan. So material required are model, chart paper, chalk, duster and blackboard. Now you have to check the previous knowledge of the students so that you will be able to know what are the things that they know and how you have to teach them. Now you will ask the introductory question from the students. So first question is, do you all know that to divide the numbers? And then students will respond, yes, we all know to divide the numbers. Then you will ask, what will you get on dividing 180 by 3? Student will respond, we get 60 on dividing 180 by 3. Now you will ask again, what you will get if you divide 60 by 2? Student response, we got 30 on dividing 60 by 2. Fourth question, what will you get if you divide 30 by 5? We get 6 on dividing 30 by 5. Now, without dividing, find 1500 divided by 5. Student response, problematic question. After that, you will introduce the topic to the student that student today we shall study and learn about divisibility of numbers. After that, you have to write the teaching point by first asking the developmentary question from the student and taking their response. After that, you have to introduce the topic. That is the teaching point that you are going to teach. Then you will explain. Let's see how you have to do this. First, the developmentary question is, what will you get if you divide 42 by 2? We get 21 on dividing 42 by 2. Next question is, 204 divisible by 2. Can you tell this without dividing? Students, no response. Then you will introduce them that we are going to teach divisibility by 2 and you will write it on the blackboard on the left hand side. After that, you will give the explanation, that is, we check the divisibility of a number by dividing the dividend by divisor. If remainder comes to be 0, we say that dividend is divisible by divisor. But to check the divisibility of 2 without dividing, we see that once digit of the given dividend is even number or not. If it is even number, the number is divisible by 2. Students at that time will listen carefully. This is the left side of the presentation page and this is the right side of the presentation page, in which we have to write teaching method, material aid and the blackboard work. Teaching method is the method in which you are going to ask the question. See, that is the developmental question. You are questioning and students are answering. So this method is a question answer method. and after that you are explaining. So this is the explanation method. And the material aid, this is a small presentation which we will have to make it in a chart form or chart paper. Or this is the blackboard work. This you have to write on the blackboard while explaining that to check the divisibility of one digit of given number should be even number. Now proceeding further, our next teaching point is divisibility by 3. So in this first are the developmentary question, that what will you get if you divide 45 by 3, and they will respond that we get 15 on dividing 45 by 3. Then without dividing, tell 48 is divisible by 3 or not. Then there will be no response. Then we will introduce the topic, that divisibility by 3, and then explain. To check the divisibility by 3, we add digits of the given dividend, and by the sum. If the sum is divisible by 3, it means the number will also be divisible by 3. For example, 234. Check 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 9, and we know that 9 is divisible by 3. It means 234 is also divisible by 3. See this, what you have to write in this page: teaching method, material, and blackboard work. Proceeding further towards the third teaching point, that is divisibility by 5. First, a question them, that is by developmentary question. That first is, what will you get if you divide 100 by 5? We get 20 on dividing 100 by 5. Second question is, 245 divisible by 5? Can you tell this without dividing? No response. Then we will introduce them the topic, that divisibility by 3 we are going to learn. Explain them. To check the divisibility by 5, we check that one digit of a given dividend is what number. If one digit is 0 or 5, then the number is divisible by 5. Otherwise, it is not divisible by 5. For example, 245 is divisible by 5 since one digit is 5. This is the right side of the presentation page. Now you have to ask the comprehensive question. So these are the comprehensive questions that you have to write it on a chart paper, and one by one you have to question them and write their answer on the blackboard. See below that blackboard summary is written. One by one you have to write it on the blackboard and instruct them that to write down on their copy, and then supervise them. This is the recapitulatory question that you are going to ask from the students. This recapitulatory question you have to write on a blackboard, that roller board you are having. Then you have to ask from the students and ask them to raise their hand and call them to write their answer on your roller board one by one. After that, give them homework, that check the divisibility of 2, 3, 5 for the number 100155.